Hello everyone and welcome to a new video. Today it's a happy day because today it's unboxing and assembling time. I hope that you didn't forget that I have this box, and today is the day that we finally are going to make the Primaris Lieutenant. This is going to be the Primaris Lieutenant. Of course we have a 40mm base because this is a character, and we have two small sprues that makes me very happy. I will talk about that a little bit more later. And I have to add here that if we buy the individual box for this specific lieutenant, there we also get the transfers for the ultramarines, but of course not every space marine needs to be an ultramarine, so I prefer to focus into the plastic. But first, let's take a look at the building instructions, and I'm going to say this right now, and probably I will repeat it a lot during the video, but among all the space marine characters that we can get, this is my favorite kit. Not because how the lieutenant looks, because of course there are characters that I like a lot more how they look, but in terms of all the options that we have and all the customization that we can make with this specific character. For example, this is my favorite space marine captain. I think that he looks awesome, I think that he looks majestic, and I love this miniature. But what you see here is what you get. You get like a single sprue, and there's not a single choice that you can make. So of course, if someone else has this captain, it's going to look exactly the same pose, same weapon. So yes, it looks awesome, but it's a little bit sad that there's no possible customization for a generic space marine captain. But this to me is the perfect example of what a generic space marine character should look like, because yes, we have the same body. I mean, the main pose is not going to change. It's usually like this with most of the space marines lately, like we have the torso and the legs attached, and there's not much that we can do. But here already we have a customization option, and this is great. But the best part comes here. We have 3 different right arms and we have 3 different left arms, and we can decide and change the pose that we want. And also for the weapon, I mean, this used to have different rules, each one of these magazines for 9th edition. Right now they are exactly the same, but still this adds more to the customization options of this specific lieutenant. Aside from that, I have to say that I'm not going to use these shoulder pads, because of course I will use the ones from the upgrade sprues to make this one look like a proper Black Templar. And yes, there's only 2 options for the head, which is not bad. I mean, unhelmeted and helmeted. And of course we can put the small shield here to make it a little bit more, to have heraldry and look a little bit nicer. So as I said, I love what they did with this specific lieutenant. This is the first sprue. Here we have the legs and the torso, so this is like the main part of the body. And we also have like the customization options. I like a lot how this looks like, but of course I'm going to make him like a Black Templar, so this one will suit a little bit more. And I like the base because I didn't realize that there was like a Chaos Space Marine here, so this is going to be fun to do. And as well, here we have like the first possible option for the arms. We have the pointing finger, so it's kinda cool. Probably it is more fun to watch this sprue because here we have more of the options that we're going to choose later. We have the bolt rifle that we can choose the magazine, and here we have 2 of them. We have the heavy bolt pistol and the plasma pistol that includes a purity seal, plus it's like a bionic one. That's cool. And then aside from that, we have the 2 close combat weapons. I like the sword, and I like that they add this small skull to all the possible arms, so that's a good thing. And I have to say that I like a lot this power fist, because when you look at it from this perspective, this is quite unique. I like how this looks. It looks like the proper power fist of a lieutenant, and I like this design. The only thing that I can complain about these 2 sprues for me are the shoulder pads, because I totally get this one, okay? I think that it's nice that we have a generic simple shoulder pad that we can customize into the chapter that we want. But this one, I think that it could have been nicer to have a sculpted shoulder pad with some eagle or something to make him look like a lieutenant, I don't know. But anyway, it's a super small complaint, and in the end we can change the shoulder pads because they match every single Space Marine, so it's not an issue. And with all of that being said, let's start assembling this miniature. The legs and torso are finished, so now it's going to be the most fun part in which we choose the weapon options that we like the most for this specific lieutenant. And actually, in my case, I ask all of you here in YouTube which weapon or loadout you like the most, and the winning option was the plasma pistol plus the power fist. So thank you very much to everyone that voted there, and that's the weapon loadout that we are going to assemble right now. Weapons assembled, and the only change that I'm going to do with the original kit is that I'm going to change the shoulder pads. I'm going to use these two from the Black Templars upgrade sprues. This miniature is almost complete, we are just missing the head, and again I ask you here on YouTube which head would you like him to have, and the winner option was this head, so again thank you very much to everyone that voted. This is the one that we are going to glue to this lieutenant. Before I forget, I would like to show how the sprues look right now, and as you can see we have some extra bits, so that's always a good thing because, for example, we can use them to customize some miniature or make some sergeant or make something fun with them. This is it, this is the final result. This is my Primaris Black Templar Lieutenant fully assembled with the power fist and plasma pistol, and of course he has the helmet. And I know that according to the lore, Black Templar lieutenants are called castellans, but still, I mean, lieutenant is what it says in the box that this miniature comes from. That's why I'm going to call him lieutenant. So even if it can sound a little bit weird to Black Templars players if I call this miniature lieutenant, that's what I'm going to do because that's what it says in the box, and I think that it's more easy to know which miniature I'm talking about. I'm going to repeat that this is my most favorite Space Marine character kit. because of the customization options. I mean, we have a lieutenant here, and if we give this lieutenant to someone else, like this exact same kit, that person can come out with a completely different looking lieutenant than this one, and that's something that always makes me happy. Now I literally can't wait to start painting this miniature, because I had this lieutenant for a while and now I can see him like fully assembled, and it's like, oh yes, it looks nice, I want to paint him. So for sure, very soon there will be a painting video with this lieutenant as the main character. And this is it, this is the end of the video. So as always, I encourage to let me know in the comments what you think about this specific lieutenant. And as always, if you're still here, please consider giving me a like and subscribing. Thank you very much for watching, and see you next time.